everyone, this is Tanya Thompson from Of-CourseOnline.com, and I hope that you're doing really well. So I've been doing something with my clients the past 2 weeks, especially with our clients who struggle to break at the hip joint and maintain a neutral spine. So a funny story, I've just done this live video and then realized I wasn't live. So I'm like, what? Got to the phone. What? My word. But anyway, here I am doing it again. So I had a practice run. Right. So how many of our clients actually struggle to maintain a really good spinal position when they flex at the hip? They really struggle with that movement. So something I did with them the last 2 weeks, and I thought, why haven't I done this in 15 years? Is tabletops. When I was doing contemporary dancing, we had a particular contemporary dance teacher, and he would have us do tabletop exercises for a full hour. We hated it because it was so intense, but we had such strong backs from it. We were incredible in our spines, all because of these tabletops. So I've been doing this with a lot of my clients who I know struggle to get that break in the hip joint, and we need that break when we're asking them to sit in this position. So it's for functional everyday movement really. When we want them to sit in this position, when we want them lying on their backs, legs straight up, and they're struggling so much because they can't do it, or when we have them raising their leg, or when we have them in teaser positions and we want them to hold it. Their rectus femoris takes so much strain that they really start cramping in their quads, and they really don't get that deep hip contraction in their hip flexors. So they struggle with that position either because the hamstrings are a little bit tight and it won't allow them to do it, or their hip flexors do not have the ability to shorten that much without cramping. It's basically just fast asleep, and it actually doesn't know how to pull this movement off. So I went and I started with tabletops with a few specific clients, and the results that I've seen has been phenomenal. Why do we want to bring movements like this in, and why do we want to strengthen the back extensors? If you think about it, most of your clients, when they train and they feel their spine working, they will immediately say, oh, I feel my back, I shouldn't be feeling my back. Or I feel my neck. Yes, but you're not holding your head up, so you will feel your neck working. We actually have to give our back extensors a little bit more resistance, a little bit more repetitions in order to get them physically stronger. We're always focusing on the little stabilizers, which is great. We want to do that. But the day that you go and you pick up a bed, you're going to have needed those big back extensors. They're going to have kicked in and worked for you. So these tabletops are really effective, and I wanted to show you today because I think you can really use this with a lot of your clients, because I know we have a lot of clients who really struggle with this. Maybe you do as well. So you're going to have them standing in flexed knees and a slight neutral spinal position, but in an angle. So I've got a neutral spine there. I'm not flexing my spine, and I'm not overextending my spine. So I just want it fairly neutral. Obviously, we're holding on in the front. Have their hands on their knees, and I find this helps so that they don't do this. So you want to push your hands into your knees to push your chest away from you and find that spinal position. Then relax your hands down to the floor. Now, you're going to ask them to take that beautiful neutral spine to a tabletop position. Here they are already working. If they are tighter in their hamstrings, you're now going to increase the resistance for the back extensors to hold that tabletop when they have to straighten their legs, but maintain the tabletop position. It's easier with the hands down here. So there we've got extended knees in a tabletop. If they can't extend their knees, just stop them halfway. So you can stop halfway, that's good enough. As long as they don't go, straighten and flex, because now we've released the back extensors. So now we want to add a little bit of load, because we see, wow, they're actually doing really well. So I can feel mine working quite a bit because I've been doing this quite a bit. So from there, as they extend, they also float the arms in front of them. Ribs are holding on here, abdominals are holding on, but my spine is still in that tabletop, and then bringing it back. Not shoulders in the ears, not lifting the arms, rather a float of the arms as we extend. Careful that they don't lean too far back. You want that weight almost central on the feet, maybe a bit more onto the toes so that you can actually lift the heels up and bringing it back. If they feel it's really intense, put the hands on the knees and walk them back up. And it'll be intense for most people because they're just not used to working their back extensors properly. So we want to get them stronger so that they can last longer. That sounds really cool. Right, so from there, I'm now going to show you something else that you can do with them. That's also amazing. So we're in this position. You're going to reach the arms behind you, abdominals holding on. You're going to extend the legs, keeping a tabletop. If they're just there, that's fine. The tabletop is the most important. And then they're going to rise up onto the toes and gently lower it down. Now, as soon as you rise, you're going to see they're going to want to round their back. They must know, coccyx out, rise up onto the toes, and then gently lowering it back down. And rising onto the toes and lowering down. You can then bring the arms down, bend the knees, hands on the knees, gentle curve in the spine, walk yourself back up. You can't do a full stretch of the back at that point because those little receptors in the muscle are going to say, not going to happen, you're not stretching me because I'm still in a spasm from working so hard. So if you pull me now, it's going to be really uncomfortable, so I'm just going to resist that stretch. Then you can take it another step further. So you're over here, getting that neutral spine, reaching the arms in front, floating them forward. Just there, they're working already. If they can, extend to tabletop. Rise onto the toes, lower it down. And rise onto the toes and lower it down. And rising up, lower it down. Bend the knees, bring the arms, hands on the knees, pulling themselves up slowly. Really amazing. You can do the same thing, resting up against the wall, where you have them start in a neutral spine position. And then you say, keeping that, hinge your torso forward. So there I'm hinging forward. And over here, you can have them go all the way down to that tabletop, and then straighten the legs up in tabletop, but they've at least got something to rest on, and then bending it, and exhale, straighten, hold, and gently bending, and then slowly bringing it back up. So a lot of people might go, oh, shouldn't be doing that with your back. We have to get them stronger. We don't always have to lie prone. We were doing it with really good form when we were dancing, and it was working like a bomb. I do it now with the clients, but I explain to them exactly how it has to be done, and I'm seeing the most incredible results in like 3 weeks from doing this with them. I'm getting them to be able to do that extension in their back. The teasers are looking phenomenal. They want to get themselves into a better downward, or into this better upstretch position, and they're struggling because they're like this. So now I'm getting them to the point of actually being over there with their spines, and they can feel it, and I can send them photos and say, look what it looks like now, look how it looked 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's really improving. So that's amazing exercises that you can do with your clients, either in your private sessions, in the studio, when you're teaching online, in your group classes with a group of people to get their back stronger. You'll also see we started a brand new YouTube channel called FitRoFlow, and it's really amazing. We've divided it into playlists of online teaching, great exercise ideas, and just what we actually stand for. It's going to give you some great ideas for your classes. We're breaking it down right from the beginning, teaching the public about their pelvis, then teaching them about proper hip dissociation, and it might be something that you really enjoy because we're only planning to put really good content on there. So if you haven't subscribed, it's FitRoFlow. You can go and have a look, subscribe, and if you don't like it, you can unsubscribe. That's as simple as that. And then obviously, you know, we've got the awesome online courses. I'm so happy to see so many people have leapt into the Pilates Unlimited online course. And a lot of them are already instructors and they just want to learn Pilates from a completely different perspective, and they're absolutely loving it, and then not to mention all of the others that are there. So I will definitely see you again. Don't forget to bring those tabletops into your classes. Have a fabulous day further. Take care.